I'm doing fantastic, Tony, and I need your help on this, okay? I want both of us to do the intro. I'm tired of doing it by myself.
What intro would that be, pal?
You are welcome to Matt and Foz. Come on, let's do it together. You ready? Okay, let's do it together. Are you ready with me?
Let's go.
Okay, let's do it. Welcome to Matt and Foz Sports Buzz. Yes. It's been a long time, man, we've talked.
I miss you. I've missed you. I tell you, I miss talking to you.
A lot of stuff going on in the sports world. I mean, personally, you know me, basketball's my first love, and I'm just completely excited with what's going on. Matter of fact, just got a news flash, came across the AP a couple minutes ago over here.
What's that?
I guess Springfield, Massachusetts, our birthplace.
My hometown.
Getting a pro team.
Pro team, the DNBA. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, you know what, Foz? I saw that. Even though it's a D League, I got goosebumps when I saw that. The team doesn't even have a name yet or team colors. I mean, just think of the creativity. I mean, you contests and whatever. I'm trying to think of a good name, and I haven't come up with one yet.
I don't know. I hope Springfield comes out and supports the team, though. I really do.
I think
that's a great thing for Springfield.
I think it will.
Birthplace of basketball.
Absolutely, 1890.
But I have to tell you, I think Springfield dropped the ball, bro. Not Springfield, but the Basketball Hall of Fame dropped the ball.
Tell me what.
You know what I'm talking about?
Talk to me.
Michael Jordan, quite possibly one of the greatest players in the history of the NBA.
Clear it up. The greatest ever to play on the hard.
Well, absolutely. In my eyes, yes. It's arguable, and so I guess I just didn't want to get into that part right now because it's secondary in the story. But the fact of the matter is he's going in the Hall of Fame this year. And Barack Obama and Governor Deval Patrick from Massachusetts, they were all invited to the ceremony. I guess trying to make a big thing out here. And they had to respectfully decline. And do you know why, Matt?
Why is that?
Because the Basketball Hall of Fame, the administrators, the bureaucrats, the political morons at the Basketball Hall of Fame scheduled the induction ceremony on September 11th.
Are you kidding
me? And
I
can't even imagine what was going through their mind. How does somebody not step up and say, yeah, let's not do it on that date yet? That date there's other things we want to think about on that date.
I've been plugging on Facebook with some other friends. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's been a little thing on Facebook going around about making 9/11 a holiday, and I think it should be. We lost more souls on that day than we did on Pearl Harbor.
We did and we didn't. But I will tell you that it happened up here in Boston. Well, not in Boston. I can't remember the actual name of the town. There was a town outside of Boston.
Yeah.
There is something to be said about the fact that there is that we should honor that day. But once you make things a holiday, sometimes you lose what that day is all about. And what one of the towns did out here was they made 9/11 a paid holiday. So the workers in the city are going to have the day off and get paid for it.
Yeah.
And people were up in arms over it because they said that's not what it's about. We've almost lost that in Memorial Day, and we've lost that in Veterans Day, and we've lost that in a lot of the other holidays.
And it definitely brings emotions raw. 9/11. I mean, it transformed.
It does. It's very close. I understand what you're saying because I think there is a time for remembrance. But I wonder if a paid government holiday is that way to do it.
Now, tell me this, Foz. These morons at the Hall of Fame, they got a great Hall of Fame. We have a great.
They do. They have a wonderful Hall of Fame.
It's the birthplace of basketball. It's fantastic.
It is, but I tell you, Matt, they're talking about bankruptcy and losing money and having to sell off artifacts inside the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Wonderful article today in the Boston Herald, and there's there is something to be said about. I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, who could have made this date and said, September 11th? That's something else.
Any chance of that? Any chance of that getting rescheduled if the people roar loud enough? I mean,
according to the Boston Herald today, no. They said that the coaches and the players have they don't have time to once they're told a date, they build their schedule around it and they have to leave it that way.
That's a huge mental fart. I mean,
absolutely. You're talking about Michael Jordan. We're talking about one of the let's say what you said. Talk about the greatest basketball player of the last 50 years at least.
I think so.
And you're going to honor him on September 11th.
They're talking. Howard's been a beast this year. Youngest player ever to get 5,000 rebounds. What's interesting, it was how many games, Foz, did he get the rebounds?
I didn't see the number today, but I just saw that. I did see that.
I'm thinking somewhere in the ballpark of three, a little over 300 something games, maybe. It's in the threes, I believe.
That's incredible.
Chamberlain did it in 199. But, I mean, we're talking a different era.
Right, but we're saying he's the youngest. He's not the quickest to do it. He was the youngest.
And then we talked about Chamberlain having the 5'10" white guys around him. Remember that we talked? So, I mean, Howard's been playing some fantastic.
But there was also something to be said about the fact that the center position is watered down nowadays as well.
Yeah.
You know, there's not the centers around that there were in the 70s, 80s, of course, even in the 60s. But Dwight Howard, I apologize. Dwight Howard has. Oh my God, is he not a man-child out there?
No,
see that guy?
Huge.
He's dominant.
I really started taking notice of how good he was playing with that Celtics game. As much as it broke my heart to see him lose, I was in awe over his defensive play. I mean, he just basically stuffed that leather into Pierce's face. I mean,
well, the Celtics don't have an answer for him.
Yeah,
they don't have an answer for him.
They don't. I agree.
And especially with an unhealthy Kevin Garnett.
I heard that Doc Rivers is he's gonna bed down Garnett for at least probably, what do you think, 5 games, 6 games, maybe more, maybe for the playoffs? I'd go for the playoffs. They already got the division. I mean,
well, they said with maybe 3 games left in the season, they might get him back out there, and it's probably a smart move on Doc's part.
I think it sounds like a smart move.
You don't win that championship without Kevin Garnett. You don't even advance very far without Kevin Garnett. They're a different team.
What about Cleveland, Tony? 13 games, franchise record. I mean, you want to talk? People are talking about MVP. They're talking about, of course, between Wade.
He is the MVP. No, it's a hands down. Well, what do you think?
I think it's LeBron James. There's no question about that. No question.
All right, so let me ask you a question.
No question whatsoever.
Let me ask you a question about LeBron James. And I was having a wonderful sports conversation in Admiral T.J. O'Brien's tonight with a few people, and the conversation
fantastic, aren't they?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And the conversation came up that, hey, New York Knicks are clearing cap room for LeBron James and Dwayne Wade to get together on the same team. I would like to know, without me interjecting anything, I just want to know what your thoughts are about LeBron James, where he ends up, and if there is any validity to that.
I think LeBron James. I have this feeling, Tony, this year. LeBron James is going to win an NBA championship this year.
Okay.
I mean, you got a team that's got 60 wins, 13 in a row. This guy, Tony, is the best athlete we've ever seen in the NBA. I'm not saying he's the greatest player. No one can match this guy's combination of size, speed, and strength.
Yeah,
nobody.
It's true.
He makes it easy for his teammates to get shots. If you're a point guard and the defense is pressuring you, just give the ball to LeBron and he becomes your point forward. I mean, the guy is just unbelievable. And I think if that happens, if the Cavaliers do win a ring this year, he stays in Cleveland.
What happens if they lose in the finals, or because they made the championship game last year, the finals the year before? What happens if they make it to, say, the round of the Eastern Conference Championship and they lose? What do you think would happen with LeBron at that point?
I think if that happened, that scenario you just said, it's possible that he may go to the Knicks, but he doesn't need Dwayne Wade. I just sometimes, Foz, when you put two people that are that good together, they kind of has that negative effect. You two positives and a negative. I don't know.
Well, what about Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce?
Different dynamics, though. Dwayne Wade is so super dynamic, and LeBron is so super dynamic. I mean, I don't know. I just don't see it meshing. They're just both too good. I mean, Dwayne Wade is really exciting to watch. I love watching him.
Oh, he is.
His athleticism is just incredible. That guy does stuff out there that just makes me jump up out of my seat. I mean, I love watching that guy play.
And he could be a wonderful complement as a guard to what LeBron James is able to do. But I am of the opinion, and I will stay of the opinion, that LeBron James wants to be the greatest ever.
No question.
And I think the way he does that is he sticks around in Cleveland and he builds a franchise the same way Michael Jordan built a franchise, and he doesn't leave and go to the Knicks. And if he does go to the Knicks, well, I guess I will. I guess I'll eat my humble pie and the whole thing. But
so if they get knocked out, say the Eastern Conference Finals, they get knocked out, or semifinals, whatever. You think that he will stay in Cleveland?
I think there's one wild card in that, and the wild card is the Knicks. And I think the fact of the matter is, because the Knicks is an option for him and he's in a free agent year, he can go to management and say, look, I like the guys I play with. I love Mo Williams. What a great point guard.
Yeah.
And and I love Delonte West, and I love the guys I'm playing with. But I need a legitimate number 2, and either you get me a 2 or I walk. And I think even at this point in time, Cleveland's already trying to eyeball something. And if they're